Hey guys, Crystal here, Silver Borders. Today we're going to make these teardrop hoops. So let's get started. So first you're going to grab you some sterling silver 16 gauge round wire. As you can see, this wire is already kind of rounded. You don't need to waste time and straighten that out. What we're going to do is cut this at 5 inches. So I've cut in 5 inches, and then I'm going to take that piece, line it up, cut 5 inches, take that piece, line it up, to depending how many earrings I'm going to make. So this is, like I said, my base pair of earrings. So I'm making 4 pairs right now, but I'm just going to show you how I do my base pair today. So now I've got 8 5-inch pieces of silver wire. And I'm going to take each wire, and this is my bracelet mandrel, but right at the top, I just kind of bend them so I can give them the teardrop shape. And this just makes it a little quicker. So next, after I've got them all shaped to the beginning teardrop shape, I'm going to close them. As you can see here, they're not flush, so I'm going to take my flush cutters and cut them at an angle so when I close the gap, they'll land perfectly. So as you can see here, that's what I'm doing. So while you're doing this, you just kind of push in, past the metals on the side and kind of wiggle it until you get a nice closing point, like right there. Okay, so now we're going to solder. I'm using hard solder to close each hoop. So in the future process, if I want to add any embellishments or do anything to these earrings, the hard solder will not loosen because I'm just going to drop down as I solder. So I'm using hard now, and then I'll do medium next, and then easy. So I'm going to go back to my bracelet mandrel, and as you can see, it's a little, say, out of round on the bottom from shaping it to get the top part closed. So I'm going to put it back on the bracelet mandrel, use my rawhide mallet, and shape it exactly how I want this teardrop to form. So I think it's got the perfect shape, so remove it from the bracelet mandrel and then inspect it. If it's how you want it, good to go. Let's go to the next step. So I'm using extra easy solder paste to solder on this jump ring. I'm doing this so when I use my earring wire, the little fish hook I'm going to use, it'll kind of go through there, and that's how you're going to get your dangle. So this is my fish hook ear wire. I have a lot of these made up. I'll try to do a video later on of how when I sit down to make them so you can see how I put them together real quick. So now I am putting that through the jump ring, and then I'm going to take my pliers and move it kind of back and forth and kind of line it up to match the ear wire there. So now I grab my extra easy solder paste, and I'm going to solder that connection closed. So after you get it closed, you're going to want to polish it, sand it, clean it, do all the good stuff, and then when you're done with that, you'll have you a nice pair of teardrop hoops. So there you go. That's how I make my teardrop hoops. I hope you gained some knowledge from this, learned something, or just enjoyed watching. But if you do have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer them. But yeah, I really do appreciate you watching, and I hope y'all have a great night.